I did break up with Stu yesterday morning, and this was weeks thinking about it and weighing kind of pros and cons, and it was actually a very, very difficult decision, and I'm extremely sad about it. But so what I'm going to say is that I want to be very complimentary, and I don't want to drag him at all. But we have very good chemistry. We have a lot of fun together. We're very compatible. I love the guy. I adore the guy. I feel like it's the same way, but we're just not on the same page when it comes to relationships and family. So it was a very hard decision to make, but I felt like there's not really a future there. So that's kind of where we're at. So it was the timing was not great.
Yeah, you weren't like, let's just do one more, let's just finish out the fun weekend.
Yes, that was my intention, but there was something a few things that happened over the weekend. One thing in particular it was Sunday night that really, really hurt my feelings and upset me. And it's just one of those things where I just feel like he's constantly choosing his social life, partying, clubs, drinking over me and the relationship. I feel like those decisions, and when he does that, I feel very disregarded and I feel very disrespected, and it hurts my feelings. Something like that happened on Sunday night that really hurt my feelings, and so Monday I just felt like I couldn't fake this. Like in my past relationships, I feel like there's all of a sudden there is a switch that flips and I'm done. And that was on Sunday night. The switch flipped. I was done. I was
I'm
ending
Sunday
this.
night? Because I was with you till like
we
10.
We had a fantastic day, I will say, and I felt like promises were broken in a way. So I'll tell you, we had a beautiful day. Like we were out by the pool all day, and then we went on the boat, and we went out to dinner with you guys, and we went back to John Jansen's and had fun. Well, he was very much pushing going to a gay club,
right?
And I was tired. Like the day, honestly, I could have gone home, had a glass of wine with him, and just like chilled out outside and had the best day.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough. Like he wanted to go to the gay club with our friends, and that was fine. We did have plans to do that, and he was cool about it. He said, "Look, we can leave whenever you want. Let's just have a drink." And I felt obligated because the club was hosting me. So I wanted to get everybody in, get the table, the bottle service, whatever, and I felt like I could leave whenever. So we went.
Well, now if I knew that it was like that, I would have gone.
Yeah, it was like nice. We had a table on the stage.
It was Grey Goose.
Why didn't you say it was like a club situation like that? I thought you were just going to some like bar. I would have hauled off my Uber drivers who are my sons and gone to the club. Okay, so you get to the club.
So he was very cool about it. Like he said, "Look, I want to be in bed by midnight. I want to get up in the morning. I want to take a walk on the beach with you. Like I want all these things, right?"
Okay.
Well, then when we got home,
you did leave, or you left
at
11:40.
I said 11:45. I said to my, I said, it's 11:45. We talked about we wanted to try to be in bed by midnight. Let's call it. He said, cool. He called the Uber. It was great. Then he gets home and then
gets to the hotel.
The hotel. And like I'm getting ready for bed, just thinking, whatever, he said, I'm going to have a quick drink with, because we had people there. So we had like 4 friends there. He said, I'm going to have a quick drink. And I said, okay. And he goes, so I just thought he'd be back in a few minutes. And then he came in like 15 minutes later and he said, I'm just finishing up my drink and I'll be in. Well, at 1:30, I had fallen asleep. At 1:30, he came in and I happened to get up and use the restroom. And I was walking back to bed at the same time he walked in. He was piss drunk, slurring, stumbling. He reeked like cigarettes. And I was like, this is not hot. This is not hot. This is not romantic. Like, we had plans, like how to spend the evening, whatever. And once again, you choose drinking, partying, whatever, over me and this relationship, which really should be the most important relationship in his life. And then the next day, I wanted to like go on a walk with him or whatever, go to Starbucks. Hungover, sleeping until 9. I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking done with this. This is not what I want. I'm 50 years old.
So
I'm, a little older, but whatever.
So then,
okay,
so
what
happens? So
like
at 9
40,
a.m. he's
30.
still asleep. Then what happens?
I got up, showered, went to Starbucks. I came back. I said, we need to talk. And this was not a rash decision. This has been going on for weeks, where I've had signs that this is not a long-term thing. and it's been fun, and it's been a nice distraction, and there has been a connection, but we're just not aligned, like with what I want, what he wants, priorities, and I just don't see this relationship with. I don't think it has potential to grow.
When you told him that, was he like, "Oh my God, I don't know why I pushed it last night," or was he like, "Okay"?
He will do that like 3 days later. He's not usually accountable in the beginning. He usually blames me. So I was told I was too much in my head, and those like that kind of deflection happens.
Yeah.
I mean, he did try to like, look, let's talk about this. There's too much good here, and there is a lot of good. But the problem is, as I was thinking about this, there is way more good than bad. But when the bad is a deal breaker, there's nothing you can do. Right? So everybody's always like, you guys are so good together, you're so cute together, you're so affectionate with each other, you're so this. But if we're not on the same page about like relationships and priorities and goals and all of that, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
I feel like, does the group that went and drank with him after the gay club, do they have any guilt? Because I would. If I was staying, and I'm not saying it should be your fault, but like if I was the one that was laughing and hanging out with Stu until 1:30 in the morning, and then that was the straw that broke the camel's back, I would be like, Jeff, I feel terrible. Like I would feel so bad.
Well, I don't think it was. Okay, so what happened was one person in particular got very, very, very drunk to the point where this person, we had to like help them walk through the club, and so he said, that person needed me. That's why I stayed up till 1:30. And I said, well, really, you should have put that person to bed at 12 when we got home. Like, that's what you should have done, not stayed up with an inebriated person and letting them talk for an hour and a half, and then it's just, those are the choices.
Yeah.
And it's just things too, like, he doesn't understand why he can't be out 3 nights a week with his friends. It's not, it's just, I feel like he's like a 40-year-old teenager.
Is he 40?
He's almost 41.
Looks pretty good.
Time to get it together. Looks great.